In 1827, a woman stood before Congress and warned the nation of their moral and spiritual condition. Her name was Harriet Livermore. The real question is, based on where we are today, do you think they listened? She's one of only 4 women to ever be allowed to deliver a sermon in front of the House of Representatives. And her sermon wasn't what you'd think it would be. She stood before slaveholders and land speculators and called them to repentance. She didn't justify what they were doing, she admonished it. Her invitation came from President John Quincy Adams. He admired her for her courage, her strength, her bravery, her conviction, and her preaching. The full transcript of her sermon didn't survive congressional records, but Livermore's own writings tell the tale. Her views, oddly enough, did not reflect her upbringing. She was born in 1788 in Concord, New Hampshire. She was born to a prominent political family. Her grandfather was a U.S. Senator and her father was a congressman. She chose the road instead of domestic life and became a self-taught preacher during the Second Great Awakening. She traveled constantly and served fiery sermons. She self-published tracts with bold interpretations of the Bible, many around the imminent return of Christ. This because she believed in millenarianism. So when she approached Congress, it started off as divine judgment. She warned of the spiritual corruption caused by wealth, nationalistic values and national pride, and the mistreatment of the vulnerable. Vulnerable like the poor, the indigenous, and the enslaved, and any community that fell between those 3 threads. She didn't back down from challenging the moral fabric of the United States. Her national reputation soared after this, but briefly. She was soon alienated from organized religion, and her apocalyptic beliefs made her come off as extreme. By the 1840s, she was no longer celebrated. Many distanced themselves to her and she spent her final years in poverty. Her name was all but erased from major records and texts. While her religious views may have been questionable, the real question is, was she wrong? Following her warnings in Congress, in 1830, the Indian Removal Act was established, an act that led to the Trail of Tears, something that justified cruelty through policy. Slavery was then expanded and rooted even more deeply into American life, the nation codifying oppression for profit. And shortly after, the Civil War. She was even erased herself, following a trend shared by those who chose to speak up and hold this nation accountable. What came next was America's Gilded Age, a time where the nation was defined by industrial wealth, larger inequalities amongst people, and moral apathy. Harriet Livermore wasn't speaking to politics. She was speaking about a condition, the condition of the nation's soul. She believed and showed how her nation wasn't living up to the country that it claimed to be, and that spiritual rot was setting in for every quiet compromise of conscience that was made. There's a reason why the country did not like what she said, and in turn, did exactly what she said not to do. So again, the question to ask is, was she wrong?